Hi, I'm Molly.
And I'm Jamie, and this is our From the Pasture with Hired Hand podcast. As the owners of Hired Hand website software, we've been developing websites and creating internet marketing strategies for livestock breeders for the past 10 years.
The majority of our customers are involved in the breeding of registered animals, such as Texas Longhorns, Highland cattle, horses, and white-tailed deer, where the pedigrees are very important. The From the Pasture with Hired Hand podcast examines many of the differences in raising pedigreed livestock for maximum profit. Join us and learn what we're covering today.
Hi, Gordon. Thanks for joining us today to talk about the Black Hills online sale.
Well, thank you, Jamie. It's great to visit with you, and we're excited about the sale.
So can you introduce yourself and maybe give people a little bit more insight into who you are and then what you do there in South Dakota?
Yeah, I'm a Longhorn enthusiast. I got addicted probably 15 years or maybe longer than that ago, and I have been working to advance the breed and promote producers in our region. Oh gosh, I think our affiliate, our TLBAA affiliate, is 8 or 9 years old. Even before we had an affiliate, I had organized some shows at a Central States Fair. So this year we will have, sponsored by the Great Plains Texas Longhorn Association, which I'm president of that organization, we will have, I believe, our 9th World Qualifying Longhorn Show. And that has been for several years accompanied by a sale. And 4 years ago, I started an online sale, a virtual sale at the Black Hills Stock Show, which is one of the largest stock shows in the country. And we're excited. This is year number 4. We've got better cattle than we've had at any of these previous sales. And so that's a long answer to a short question.
Well, and you kind of touched on this is the 4th year for your online only sale. And I think your sale is probably one of the more unique sales that we do online, but then there's also some people who do come and are in attendance as well, because maybe they're attending the stock show or they just want to get out and see people in the dead of winter.
Well, and Jamie, actually, there are a lot of people who come and literally fill the room at our sale. And we were just doing a quick count the other day. We know of people coming from 6 states to the sale this year. And so we have an on-site auction. Although the cattle are they're all shown virtually on a big screen, and you'll be there. So you'll be broadcasting it with a live feed and online bidding, but we'll have live. Well, I say live. You never know about Dan Huntington, how live he's going to be, but Dan will be there live, doing a live on-site auction along with your live stream and online bidding. And we fill the room with people who are excited about the breed, and they come to buy Longhorns.
So do you want to talk a little bit about last year's sale? I think last year there was roughly 34 lots in the sale.
Yeah, and this year we've got 35. One of the things that's exciting about this year is that we're starting the sale by auctioning a P&C Longhorn chute, which be a great opportunity for new breeders. And so anybody who doesn't currently have a Longhorn chute, this would be a good sale to watch, because anybody who's priced them lately knows what they sell for, and this one will be selling at auction.
So do you remember the top sellers from last year? Let's go with maybe like the 3 top sellers.
I have to tell you, as we talk right now, I do not recall. So Uh, as smart as I am, my memory is very short.
Well, I went back and looked at last year, and do you want me to tell you who the top three were?
Well, yeah, I think as long as one of us knows it, that's all that matters.
Okay, so the top seller was Lazy J's Twix, and she sold for $3,600. Second was LL Tin Lizzy, who sold for $2,400. And the third one was HL Sunrise Deluge, who sold for $2,400 as well. So a good numbers for an online only sale in South Dakota.
Well, yeah, you could say the dead of winter. Now we're coming out of a real deep freeze, and so we're hoping that the weather will stay moderate. But one thing about people in this region is the weather doesn't really stop them from attending in person, and across the country, they'll have the opportunity to log in online. One of the things that I've learned, I've been in the auction business in a variety of ways over the years, Jamie. One of the things that I know and most auction attenders know, there's always a bargain at every sale. And so this won't be any different. But boy, if you get a bargain at this sale, it's going to be a bargain because we've got some really good cattle.
So I know you said you started the sale 4 years ago. Can you, I guess, give us some detail about why you wanted to do a sale like this?
Well, we are kind of in the North Country, so to speak, and in developing new breeders in this country, no matter how much you love your Longhorns, you're going to reach a point where you have to sell some. You just can't keep them all, and so we need to continue to build our market. And Texas is a long drive from South Dakota or North Dakota or Montana or all these other northern tier states. And so we just thought it would be another opportunity for producers in this region to market their cattle. And of course, what we've discovered is that people from other parts of the country are also participating, which is awesome. So that was my primary motivation. One of the benefits is, though, it continues to expand the Longhorn network up into our region, which is, when you think of Texas Longhorns, Jamie, I think hands down Texas probably has more breeders than any other state. And so these states like South Dakota, North Dakota, Wyoming, Nebraska, and Montana, some of those breeders are a little farther, fewer and farther between. So we want to support them and encourage them and get more Longhorn producers in our region, and building a market is a big part of that.
All right, should we jump into the sale details?
Basically, it's pretty simple. Most of our listeners will have been in one form or another participants in an online sale. So while you're sitting in the room, you can raise your hand and we'll take your bid. If you're looking from California, Oregon, Texas, or anywhere else, you know the drill. Just log on to Hired Hand Live. And Jamie, while we're talking about that, let me just say, I think you guys have provided such an invaluable service to the industry. I appreciate you coming all the way to South Dakota to help us with our event, and we appreciate what you do.
Oh, well, thank you. We enjoy it as well. So your sale is on Saturday this year, correct? I think last year, was it on Thursday last year?
Yes, it'll be Saturday, February 3rd at 6:30 at the Rushmore Plaza Holiday Inn, which is right next to the what we call the monument now. It's Rapid Cities Convention Center, huge facility, and all different breeds of cattle are represented on site at that sale, with the exception of Longhorns. And so that's another reason we wanted to be there, because we think Longhorns are an important breed, and we wanted them represented.
So the sale's at 6:30, and I'm assuming there's a variety of other things going on for those people who are there in person. They can go check out, the different things happening in the different buildings.
Yes, there are rodeos, concerts, huge. I mean, if you wanted to walk 4 miles, you could go through the vendors and suppliers, and everything you can imagine is represented there. Also, the Great Plains Texas Longhorn Association is having a meeting. We'll meet at that location at noon. We'll have lunch, and at 1 or 1:30 we'll have a Great Plains meeting. Then we're also having an election of officers at that meeting. Everyone is welcome. You don't have to be a member to attend those meetings. If you are a Longhorn enthusiast, we want you to show up.
And the meetings will take place in the same room that the sale is taking place.
That's correct.
If somebody has a question, who should they contact the day of the sale?
Any questions now or then, they can call me, 605-381-3998.
And the auctioneer is?
Dan Huntington.
And will you be having a pedigree reader this year?
You're talking to him.
Fantastic.
I am not. I'm not Dale Hunt, but in South Dakota, I'll have to do. I think the big thing with pedigree is to have some knowledge of the animal and their history, and so I will work hard to do an adequate presentation, and looking forward to it. I did that last year, and it seemed to go well. So I'm not a stranger to a microphone, and I understand that preparation is a big part of the presentation.
And so we've said previously that all of the animals are located at their ranches. So people can after the sale, they'll contact the buyer and arrange transportation, whether it's a hauler picking them up or they're going to pick them up or have them delivered, that type of thing. Is that right?
Yes, all the animals are at their respective ranches.
Love what you're hearing? Be sure to check out our Pickup Truck Confessions.
It's a video series where we hop in the truck or rental car and interview a variety of breeders about what drives their passion for their livestock, how they got started in the breed of their choice, marketing tips, and more.
And now, back to the podcast.
Okay, so let's talk about the consigners a little bit. You have consigners from a variety of different states as well, right?
Yes, and I'm a little disadvantaged at this moment because I am not in my office, and I'm doing this conversation with you from a mobile location. So I don't have a complete list of all the consigners, but rather than leave somebody out, let me just say I would encourage people to go to Hired Hand Live upcoming auctions and take a look at the list of animals, and with each animal the consigner and state is listed, so you'll have a complete listing there, and I won't leave somebody out.
So let's talk about the consignments. Do you have any updates or scratches that we need to know about that people haven't sent in?
I'm expecting one substitution, and I believe it is lot number 9, but that should be up in the next day or so. I'm supposed to get information on that sometime later today, and so you'll have it at Hired Hand and can do the update, so folks will see all the information in the photo and all that.
So dare I ask, have you looked to see who the top 5 viewed animals are?
I have not. Have you published that already?
We haven't, no. You want to take a stab at it, see if you can guess?
Well, I would think perhaps Patty Sue might be one of the top 5.
She is. She's at number 3 right now.
Okay. Then there's Uncharted and Unprecedented. Those are 2 that come to my mind.
Nope, they didn't quite make the top 5.
There's another spectacular young female. I want to say it's Dakota Top Star.
Nope, she didn't make the cut either. Looks like people are missing out on some of these, huh?
Oh my goodness, yeah, those are all fabulous animals. Tell me who the others are.
Okay, so the number 1 viewed is Priscilla.
Okay, that's a wonderful twisty-horned female.
Number 2 is Sweet Victory 146.
Okay, that comes from Lauren Lippert, who's my neighbor just over the hill, and she's a beautiful animal.
So number 3, you mentioned LL Patty Sue. The 4th one is Fast Pin 02.
Okay, another spectacular animal. It's almost unfair to say who the top 5 are because I think we have the top 35.
So then the 5th most viewed was, we actually already talked about it, and it was the PNC shoot.
Okay. I was really excited when that consignor approached me because I know a lot of breeders in this region who they're relatively new, and you need a Longhorn shoot if you're going to raise Longhorns. So what a great opportunity for somebody.
So I'll give you the 6th most viewed just because the 5th one was the cattle shoot. So the 5th most viewed animal was Gunsmoke Grand.
Okay. Well, I'm not surprised at that either because it's another spectacular female.
Do you think there's any other sleepers in the sale that people maybe haven't noticed yet that you're kind of surprised aren't on the list?
The LaPointe consignment, and I can't recall the name or the lot number, but that animal just struck me as being pretty powerful. But the reality is, again, I don't want to be sounding like a broken drum here, but there's a great selection of really good females, and honestly, some young females, and I don't know that the younger females always sell for what they're really worth. So that might be something for breeders to look at in this sale. There are some younger animals that could be some real sleepers.
Well, I think maybe the animal you're referring to from LaPointe was Lot 19. Who's Your Sweetheart? Does that sound right?
Yes, that's it.
Is there anything that we have not talked about that you want to mention to people before we wrap it up?
Well, I would just want to thank people for their participation in the past sales. It's always wonderful to sit in the same room with people who share the passion for Longhorn cattle. So I look forward to the meeting and the sale because it wouldn't surprise me if we end up with 10 or 11 states represented physically in the room at our sale. And that's always fun. But thank you to the folks who can't or just choose not to make the trip and log in to Hired Hand Live because you are a valuable part of our auction, and all of those things together are what really make it a successful and fun event.
Well, we're looking forward to it, and we will see you on Saturday, February 3rd.
All right, Jamie, thank you so much. God bless you, and travel safe.
Thanks, Gordon. You as well.